If you have a Mac, iPad, or even a HomePod sitting in your online shopping cart right now, I have some terrible news. While you were sleeping, Apple quietly took its online store offline, and when it finally popped back up, the Apple tax had literally multiplied overnight. We're not talking about a cute little inflation adjustment here. We're talking about price hikes of up to $1,300 on a single machine. The wildest part is Tim overall. Wait, let me rephrase that. The wildest part is Tim Cook blaming an absolute 100-year flood in the supply chain, but the math on Apple's certified refurbished store completely exposes what is actually going on behind the scenes. So grab your wallet, because we need to talk about why Cupertino just made buying their tech practically impossible for normal human beings. Let's start with the Macs, because honestly, looking at these numbers actually hurts my soul. The entry-level MacBook Air didn't escape, jumping a full $100, making the absolute cheapest way to enter the Apple ecosystem noticeably more painful. But if you thought that was bad, look at the Mac Studio. The configuration with the M4 Max chip just skyrocketed by $500. And if you were out here trying to buy the M3 Ultra Max Studio, a machine people rely on as their daily driver for serious rendering and heavy lifting, that price jumped from just under $4,000 to almost $5,300. That is a $1,300 penalty just for waiting until today to check out. I mean, are we paying for TSMC 3 nanometers yields in gold bullion now? Buying a high-end Mac right now feels like taking a sledgehammer to your bank account, and I genuinely cannot believe they pulled this trigger without warning anyone first. You might be thinking you do not need a pro machine and just want a standard tablet. Well, the entry-level iPad just got a $100 price hike too. But here is where things cross the line from annoying to downright absurd. Products that have literally been collecting dust on store shelves for years are suddenly getting massive price bumps. The HomePod Mini, a smart speaker from way back in 2020, jumped $30. The full-size HomePod is up $50. And the Apple TV, a streaming box running an A15 chip from 2022, just saw a $100 increase on the higher-tier Ethernet model. Why in the world are we paying premium prices for hardware that is at the very end of its life cycle? Ming-Chi recently mentioned that the supply chain is basically prepping to ship the next generation of these smart home devices, geared up for seamless integration with the massive Siri intelligence updates. So charging a huge premium for old stock right before a massive refresh is frankly insulting. You are paying tomorrow's prices for yesterday's silicon. Apple's official excuse for this massive massacre of our wallets comes down to one word: memory. They claim the cost of RAM and NAND flash storage has absolutely exploded out of nowhere. And to be fair, they are not completely lying about the market conditions. According to a recent report from the ELEC, the entire global supply chain is bending the knee to massive AI data center build-outs. Every major tech giant is fighting over memory chips to build out their AI infrastructure, creating a massive bottleneck for consumer electronics. Tim Cook actually sat down with the Wall Street Journal last week and flat out warned everybody this was happening. He called it an unavoidable situation and described the global memory shortage as a 100-year flood. He claimed Apple has been eating the cost and trying to shield customers for as long as possible, but it finally became totally unsustainable. Mark Gurman has been dropping hints for weeks that Apple was feeling the massive squeeze on their profit margins, and we know Apple will protect its margins at all costs. But let us be real for a second. Apple has the most sophisticated, ironclad supply chain on the planet. DG Times recently highlighted how Apple's aggressive negotiating tactics usually insulate them from these wild market swings. They lock in component prices years in advance. So to see them panic and pass the buck straight to the consumer means the back-end cost pressure must be brutal. Or they're just taking advantage of the AI hype train to pad their bottom line. Honestly, I'll believe the 100-year flood excuse when I see actual earnings drop. What do you guys think? Drop a comment below right now and let me know if you are actually going to pay these new prices or just hold on to your current setup for another year. Now, let me tell you why the memory shortage excuse falls apart when you look just a little bit closer at the details. If you're a smart tech buyer, you probably shop from Apple's certified refurbished store. It is usually the best way to get that pure Apple magic without getting entirely ripped off. Well, Apple just went in and raised the prices on refurbished Macs and iPads today, too. On average, refurbished Mac prices spiked by about $200 at the low end and over $300 for the high-end models. A refurbished 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro chip jumped significantly. The M2 Max version went up almost $600. iPads followed the exact same trend, climbing anywhere from $120 to $250 depending on your storage tier. Apple wants us to blindly accept that they have to raise refurbished prices so the discount gap between new and used does not get too wide. But think about how ridiculous that logic actually is for a second. These refurbished machines already exist. They are literally sitting inside a warehouse right now. Apple already paid for the RAM, the flash storage, and a logic boards months or even years ago before this AI memory shortage even started. Shrimp Apple Pro pointed out on Twitter that raising prices on components that were already paid for at lower market rates is essentially pure profit padding. They are artificially inflating the refurbished market just to match the new pricing structure, completely ignoring the actual cost of goods sold. Makotakara also reported recently that the secondary market in Asia is already reacting to this, with used hardware prices skyrocketing across the board because official refurbished prices are suddenly untouchable. It makes you seriously wonder about the upcoming product cycles. Ross Young has been reporting heavily on the display supply chain for the upcoming OLED devices. If memory is this expensive right now, what happens when we factor in the massive cost of tandem OLED panels and advanced cooling systems required to prevent thermal throttling on the M5 chips? Are we looking at a base model MacBook next year that starts at an entirely unprecedented price tag? Because if they are willing to aggressively raise the price of a 4-year-old HomePod mini, absolutely nothing is off the table anymore. Buying into the ecosystem just got wildly expensive, and it feels like they're severely punishing the very customers who waited patiently for a smart time to upgrade. I am genuinely struggling to recommend anyone buy a new Mac Studio right now unless you absolutely need it to pay your bills, because dropping an extra $1,000 for zero performance gain is a massive pill to swallow.